Good afternoon, card community. It is RJ, and it is time for the first trivia recap of the calendar year 2024. So, hooray! Loud cheers, applause, mass hysteria, rioting in the streets. Well, not so much rioting in the streets right now because I spent all day shoveling snow out of the street. So, not a lot of rioting going on up here where I live. Hope the weather was better where you are. But let's skip the formalities and get right into some awesome trivia and give away some great prizes. What do you say? What? All right. So, everything during the month of January is going to be Hall of Fame related because the Hall of Fame vote is coming up towards the end of the month. And Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of this week were no exceptions. So, let's get to it. On Monday, the question was, the 1993 Major League Baseball season saw the addition of two new teams through expansion. Those two teams were the Florida Marlins and the Colorado Rockies. And one of those teams contained a future Hall of Famer. Was it the Marlins or the Rockies? And the answer is it was the Marlins with one Trevor Hoffman. This is his 1993 Upper Deck card. I thought perhaps it was a rookie card. Technically, I think it is a rookie card because he has a card in 1992 Bowman that is called his rookie card, but there is no major league experience at the time. So if he was playing in today's game, they would not be able to put an RC logo there because he had no major league experience yet. But the 1993 Upper Deck is what you're seeing. And that was the answer, the prize for getting this right. Nice little Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. This is from last year's Archives set. Cool little picture of Wade in the style of the 1978 Topps, one of my favorite card designs. That's what you're playing for. People on the screen here were kind enough to throw out a guess. At a standard, about a dozen. I get about a dozen people responding. And if you're new to the channel, because I only get a dozen people, when I spin, I ask that you hit 3 times before I grant you a winner. So it just helps everybody else get more of a chance to win, draws out the suspense a little. And since there's only 12 people on average on these contests, it's not that big a deal, all right? So we will shuffle once and spin. Good luck to everybody on this one. Here we go. I came back from the Christmas break and had tons and tons and tons of things to talk about. So I pre-filmed a bunch of videos. Like I am actually covered for like the next 2 weeks practically, having already filmed all the videos. I realized I need to slow down a little bit because what if something interesting happens to talk about? And in fact, something interesting did happen. I did find something that eventually I will share with you in a future video, but I'll give a little teaser for you all as I have a couple PSA set registries I'm involved in. If you saw my goals video on Monday, you'll see some of them. And, I was planning on completing a couple of those this coming year. Very excited about that. But then all of a sudden, I looked, and one of those PSA set registries suddenly had a whole bunch more cards listed. So a little teaser for a future video. I'll show off that to you. I'm going to start. I think this might be, hang on, let's take a step back here. Lisa Z. Lisa Z has hit 3 times. Congrats, Lisa. Be sending you this fantastic Wade Boggs card. Keep an eye out for that shortly. Moving on to Wednesday. Wednesday's question, the original Hall of Fame class, 1936. I don't know why 1936 was chosen. I'm not sure who was the person involved. I never really did much research about the impetus for the first Hall of Fame. But 1936 was the first vote. And as always, it's always been the baseball writers doing it, and you always needed a 75% share of the vote, which is why when the first Hall of Fame class was elected, there were only 5 inductees. Literally, only 5 people got 75% of the vote. Now, they've standardized the method of voting over the years, but that first year, only 5 members got in the Hall of Fame. Now, I said it was actually a pretty tight split. So you have the National League and you have the American League. I said one of the leagues carried the vote. In other words, 3 out of the 5 were primarily associated with one of the 2 leagues, the other 2 with the other league. So which league carried the day? So I have here, this is my Hall of Fame inductee 5-card metal tin, 5 metal cards from a company called Metallic Impressions. They made several of these collectible little tins of metal cards, and I have about 6 of them. I'm working on getting all of them. There's about 20 over the years that they produced, different players, different things they highlighted. But these were the original Hall of Fame inductees. So if you take a look, if you know your history, Honus Wagner, Pittsburgh Pirate through and through. He actually started with an earlier iteration in the National League called, there was a Louisville team, Louisville, Kentucky, in the National League. When he sort of started playing in the late 1800s, he was part of that, but that's still a National League team. And then he finished his career, as we all know, almost exclusively with the Pirates. In the middle here, you have the Ty Cobb card. Cobb was a Detroit Tiger almost his entire career. If you know a little bit about him, he spent the last 2 years with the Philadelphia Athletics. Over here, we have Christy Mathewson, who started with the New York Giants under John McGraw, and then went to Cincinnati to finish out his career after World War I. Of course, so we have a National League, an American League, and a National League player. So far the National League's up 2-1. Then you have Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth started, as we all know, as a Red Sox pitcher. Could have been in the Hall of Fame if he'd stayed that way, but his bat was too much, so he switched over to the Yankees. Still in the American League. It finished with a few games for the Boston Braves in the National League. So while he covers both leagues, he is primarily known as an American Leaguer. So you've got 1-2 National Leaguers, 1-2 American Leaguers, and then finally we have Walter Johnson. Walter Johnson, a Washington Senator his entire career, totally an American Leaguer. So you have 3 American Leaguers to 2 National Leaguers. The American League carried the day. That was the answer. The individuals on the screen were kind enough to throw out a guess on that one. So we'll be spinning the wheel for this from 2000 and, oh my gosh, I want to say last year actually, 2023. This is like a Topps Chrome throwback style, a 53 Topps throwback style, Topps Chrome, kind of like a blue foil shimmer parallel of Evan Longoria, numbered to 199. That is the prize for that one. Individuals on the screen, like I said, were kind enough to throw out a guess. There are 10, but we were going to strike Lisa. You cannot win but once a month on my channel. So Lisa, you are out. But the rest of you are in. We will shuffle once and spin. Good luck to everybody on this one. So yeah, one of my PSA set registries suddenly increased the number of cards to complete it. And I'll show that off at a later video. Excuse me. Still picking up lots of cool sets. I'm always amazed when I find a set that I didn't know existed. Now, is that 3 in a row for Grade Worthy? I think it might be. It is. All right. 3 in a row for Alan over at Grade Worthy Cards. Alan, congrats to you, sir. You'll be getting this awesome Evan Longoria. If I remember correctly, Alan is a Cubs fan, but I'm sure he won't mind a cool Evan Longoria serial numbered card. All right. Moving on to Friday. Similar to Monday, Friday talked about another era of expansion in Major League Baseball. In 1998, Major League Baseball saw the addition of another two teams, one known as the Arizona Diamondbacks, one known as the Tampa Bay Devil Rays at the time. They have since that time struck the name Devil and are just known by the Rays at this point in their history. And I said there were two Hall of Fame members, two members of the Hall of Fame, who played on one of those two teams, either the Devil Rays or the Arizona Diamondbacks. Which was it? And the answer is, it is the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and you had Fred McGriff, newly minted Hall of Famer Fred McGriff, and Wade Boggs. Fred McGriff just went in back in July, him and Scott Rowland. Wade Boggs obviously has been in for a while, but these two individuals played practically a full season for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays expansion team. That was your answer. The individuals up on the screen there were kind enough to throw out a guess, and you'll be playing for this card. Again, it is, I showed this off. This was a gift from Boomslang. Give him the credit for sharing this with the card community. I already had this card. It is a non-licensed card, one of about, I think, a dozen or so in this particular format. Unknown manufacturer. It simply says Living Legends. And the set has about, like I said, about a dozen sports stars, mostly baseball, with this orange frame and this little banner name of the person. That's really all it is. And then the picture. It's unlicensed because there was no license to produce either the image or the logos for baseball, but they did it anyway. And that is the prize you're playing for. Pretty cool if you're a Schmidt collector, I assume. So if we go over here, Lisa is out because, again, you cannot win but once on my channel. Grade worthy, you are out for the same reason. The other individuals, that leaves, these are the individuals who throw out a guess for that one. Shuffle once and spin. Good luck to everybody here. Yeah, let's talk about sets. I'm always searching eBay for various things. And I'm always watching content from other collectors. And every once in a while, I'll find a person who collects cards of some other big name Hall of Fame player or prominent baseball player. And they'll show off a rare or regional card of that individual. And it gives me the impetus to quickly run to eBay and see, okay, this person had that card I've never seen before. Is that part of a bigger set? And if so, how can I get the full set? So that is awesome, you know, that I can do that. And I have succeeded in finding a couple new sets I want to show off. I did show off the 7-Eleven coins. Let me take a pause here. Take a look. This is why I do it 3 times, people, because now everybody, there's only 7 people on the list here, but all 7 have gotten at least 1 hit. Obviously, there's somebody who has 2 now, but still, at least everybody has at least 1 hit. I will say, remind everybody, I've never gone as far as getting everybody on the list with exactly 2 and having to spin once, knowing the next spin would be the 3rd for somebody. That's never happened, but I've gotten close a couple times, so we'll keep spinning and see who can bring this one home, all right? But yeah, I got a couple great sets. I'm also working on my own rainbow parallel of a specific card I think is a really cool Phillies card. So I'm looking forward to showing off that pretty soon. Is that Tommy? Yeah, Sonny Marco's 3rd. Tommy just hit 3 times. So, all right. So congrats to Tommy Markwell. Tommy, you're getting this awesome Mike Schmidt card. I think it's awesome because it's a hard to find variation on the Schmidt card. And if you're a Schmidt collector, that's one you want to get. So there you have it. Again, this was my first trivia recap coming back from the new year 2024. Happy New Year to everybody. Of course, still. I have already filmed, like I said, all my videos for the next couple runs. So I know I have some great trivia and great prizes to give away next week. So come back for that. Come back and take a look and see what's coming through my doors and add into my collection. Always happy to share my collection with everybody. That's why I do this. I don't like to just show off what I have. I have so much stuff, so much. This is why I give away something every time, because I don't have room to store it all. Plus, I think it's fun to talk about, do trivia. I love trivia. I'm a big baseball historian kind of a guy, and I don't mind sending off a penny card here and there for the price of a stamp. I enjoy it. So hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, all that jazz. Come back again next week for more great trivia and cool prizes, all right? Thanks for watching. I do hope to see you again. Take care.